प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपगदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। शृण्वतं स्वाकता कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनं हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सतां। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, chapter number 1. The title of the chapter is The Advent of Lord Krishna, Introduction. Text number 59. Drishtva samatwam tha chaure satye chaiva vyavastitam kamsas tushta mana rajan prahasan idam abravit drishtva samatvam tachaure drishtva samastam tachaure satye chaiva vyavastitam satye chaiva vyavastitam kamsatushta manarajan kamsastushta manarajan prakasan idam abravit prahasan idam abravit drishtva samatvam tachaure satye chaiva vyavastitam kamsastushta manarajan prahasan idam abravit drishtva samatvam tachaure satye chaiva vyavastitam kamsastushta manarajan prakasan idam abravit drishtva samastam tachaure satye chaiva vyavastitam satyva munaya rajan prakasan idam abravit drishtva samastam tachaure tyam taiva vyavastitam kamsastushta manarajan prahasan idam abravit. Drishtva samatvam tachaure satya chaiva vyavastitam kamsastushta manarajan prakasam idam abravit. Drishtva samastam tachaure satye chaiva vyavastitam kamsastushta manarajan prakasan idam abravit drishtva, by seeing, samatvam, being equipoised and undisturbed in distress or happiness, tat, that, chaure, of Vasudeva, satye, in truthfulness, cha, indeed, eva, certainly, vyavastitam, the firm situation, kamsaha, kamsa, tushtamana, being very satisfied, Vasudeva's behavior in delivering the first child to keep his promise. Rajan, O Maharaj Parikshit, Prahasan, with a smiling face, idam, this abraved said. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear King Parikshit, when Kamsa saw that Vasudeva, being situated in truthfulness, was completely equipoised in giving him the child, he was very happy. Therefore, with a smiling face, he spoke as follows. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word samatwam is very significant in this verse. Samatwam refers to one who is always equipoised, unaffected by either happiness or distress. Vasudeva was so steadily equipoised that he did not seem in the least agitated when delivering his firstborn child into the hands of Kamsa to be killed. In Bhagavad Gita 2.56, it is said, Dukkeshu anudvigna manaha, sukeshu vigataspruha. In the material world, one should not be very eager to be happy, nor should be very much disturbed by material desires. Lord Krishna advised Arjuna, Matras prashastu kaunteya, sitoshna sukha dukkata, agama apayino anitya, tam titikshasva bharata. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O son of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Bhagavad Gita 2.14. The self-realized soul is never disturbed by the so-called desires or happiness, and this is especially true of an exalted devotee like Vasudeva, who showed this by the practical example. Vasudeva was not at all disturbed when delivering his first child to Kamsa to be killed. Hare Krishna. Just pray to the devotees to give some intelligence to say a few words on this context. Vanchakalpatarubhesya kripa sandubhyavecha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Drishtva samatvam tatshaurav satye chaiva vyavastitam kamsas tushtamana rajan prahasan idam abravit. My dear King Parikshit, when Kamsa saw that Vasudeva, being situated in truthfulness, was completely equipoised in giving him the child, he was very happy. Therefore, with a smiling face, he spoke as follows. So this samatwam, Srila Prabhupada says, the samatwam is very significant in this verse. The samatwam originates from the Supreme Lord, the quality of samatwam. Does anyone remember where Supreme Lord says about his samatwam? Any idea? All the devotees will know, but any clue where samatwam? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha e bhajante tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chabhyaham. So Krishna says, he is equal, I am equal to everyone. So here in that sloka translation, Prabhupada says, I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotional is a friend in me, friend is in me, and I am also a friend to him. So this is this greatest quality. Krishna is equal to everyone. Krishna doesn't distinguish, even though he distinguishes to some degree. Paritranaya sadhunam, vinasaya dushkritam. Sometimes he distinguishes. It's not that Krishna is just like he will take as it comes, he doesn't worry. No, he also, sometimes Krishna also distinguishes. So the Acharyas are saying, the first line, Samoham sarva bhuteshu. This is like a Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priya. So that one represents Krishna's feature as a Paramatma. As a Paramatma, he does not distinguish. He wants to give everyone everything. He supplies all the necessities of life, whether he's an atheist or theist, it doesn't matter. But Krishna provides for everyone. But, there is a but he's saying next line only, ye bhajante tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chabhyaha. So that is Krishna's Bhagavan feature. Where Krishna If you surrender to him, if you just without any motivation, any interruption, so Krishna does not give the same treatment to that person. He gives that one, so then Krishna also gives himself to that person. So that is what, so even though Krishna is equal, otherwise why Krishna has to say, Paritranaya sadhunam, vinasaya dushkritam. Krishna also distinguishes. So we should not be thinking that as a devotee, we should be just, everything is equal. No, not equal. If somebody, see that even some of the qualities in devotional service, sometimes we should not get angry. Yeah, that is a good quality, but not at the cost of your devotee is blasphemed, or Prabhupada is blasphemed, or Lord is blasphemed, then we should get angry. Not that the major, one principle is we should not be angry, but the same principle, if it is used in Krishna's service, then we should take it. Same way. So the samatwam is the quality of the Lord, and the same quality of the Lord we see here the great devotee Vasudeva is also demonstrating that quality by handing over the child, firstborn child, to Kamsa. This is very, very difficult situation actually. So it's like you can give wealth, you can let go all your money, in everything you can do, but giving a child is not an easy thing. But Vasudeva is doing that. Srila Prabhupada explains here, the samatwam, word samatwam is very significant. Samatwam refers to one who is always equipoised, unaffected by either happiness or distress. And Srila Prabhupada says Vasudeva was so steadily equipoised that he did not seem in least agitated when delivering his firstborn child into the hands of Kamsa to be killed. So this in Bhagavad Gita 2.48. So Prabhupada refers to many slokas here, but one of the sloka in 2.48 is Yogasta kuru karmani sangam tektva dhananjaya siddhi asiddhayo samo bhutva samatvam yogam uchyate. The same samatvam is Lord Krishna uses in the Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter. So he says here, perform your duty equipoised, O Arjuna, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such equanimity is called yoga. So the definition of yoga is samatvam yogam uchyate siddhi asiddhayo samo bhutva. It's very difficult. Artificially we can put a show. Yes, I am distressed also, I am happy also I am happy. No, this is, you can put a show for a few days, few months, few years, but it cannot continue. Unless otherwise you have the spiritual realization that you are not this body, you are spirit, soul, you are a servant of the Lord. So all these things have to go in, then only you can demonstrate this samatva. Otherwise, superficially, yes, we are all one. We are not one means like that is just only the namesake, only we are all one. We are not one. We are not all one. So this we have to understand, because sometimes like in our presentation of Bhagavad Gita, every time we discuss the same thing. We are not this body. We are. Sometimes people get fed up with it. Every time, like I came 10 years ago, you are telling the same thing. After 10 years, I am coming and you are still I am telling the same thing. You are not this body or spirit soul. So then the question to be asked is the same message only, but have you understood? That is the question. If you have understood, that question will not come to you. But see, you have not understood that. That is why it is boring to you. Oh, it's the same thing. Again and again, they are repeating the same. No, we are not repeating the same thing. Shastra is saying that. Unless you understand you are not this body, you are spirit, soul, then it is you are very, very far away from samatvam. Then you all the things, because Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita a few examples of that. So here we find Prabhupada explains in the purport, yoga means to concentrate the mind upon the Supreme by controlling the ever-disturbing senses. Senses are always disturbing. Arjuna, 5,000 years ago, he said, my senses are disturbing. Now, 5,000 years later, we are sitting here, and then how can our senses be not disturbed? Senses will be disturbed. That is why the whole predicament, we are in this material world, the senses are disturbing, but how to control the senses, that is what Krishna acknowledges. Krishna is not saying that your senses will not be disturbing you. No, Krishna says, asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grahyate. Yes, your mind will be disturbing, senses will be disturbing. That is why we are in the material world. So then abhyasa and vairagya. So Krishna is not saying that, senses should not be disturbing. No, senses will be disturbing. If it is not disturbing, then only we should be worried actually. Oh, my senses are not disturbing. Well, then what is happening here? No? Unless otherwise, we are in the material, senses will be disturbing. But Abhyasa and Vairagya, Lord Krishna has suggested. So if we can follow that, then we can come out of this disturbance. So Prabhupada explains in the later section of the purport, by Krishna consciousness only, one can give up the sense of proprietorship. One has to become servant of Krishna or the servant of Krishna. Chaitanya Charitamrita Prabhupada quotes 13.80. This is the right way to discharge duty in Krishna consciousness, which alone can help one to act in yoga. So this is, and Srila Prabhupada again quotes this from the Matras Prashastu Kaunteya, Sitoshna Sukha Dukkhata, Agama Apayino Anitya, Tam Titikshasva Bharata. We are very fortunate to be in Melbourne. We can experience this sloka every day, every minute in Melbourne, actually. Because a few days ago, 41, 41, 41. Yesterday it was shivering when you go out for a walk. Like, so this is like you don't get elated that, oh, 41, wonderful. Like just that evening only cool change. Everybody is wearing a jumper. Right? So the same thing, Krishna is teaching this and we are fortunate and we are having a practical demonstration of that here. So Prabhupada says, O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and the disappearance in due course of time are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer season. They arise from sense perception, O sign of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. It's very, very, very basic instruction and very difficult instruction also. Very basic only. So, and it's difficult. Why it is difficult? We have been accustomed to this bodily concept. Like everything, what is giving pleasure to me, what is giving distress to me. So accordingly we react to that. But you can't control that. Like they say, and what you cannot be controlled, you have to endure it only. We have to endure it. We can't do anything with this. So, and it is mentioned here, like how, why a devotee is not worried about this. Because actually one sense in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives all the answers. We just only have to dig through this Bhagavad Gita. And one of the slokas I was referring in the morning is in Bhagavad Gita 5.22, is Yahi samparshcha bhoga dukkha yona evate adi antavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. So it says, an intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery which are due to contact with material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. So this is the beginning and the end. That is why the person, sometimes when something happiness comes, he doesn't get elated. Oh, jumping up and down, oh, everything, we achieved something. And then after a few minutes, some failure, and then immediately just completely morose. That's not needed, actually. Because there is a beginning, so happiness means there is a distress is around the corner, actually. It's not that we can't be here in the material world completely happy or completely misery. It's not like that, actually. For that you have to go to Vaikuntha, Goloka Vrindavan. So there is Vaikuntha, there is no anxiety, there is no misery, there is no anxiety. But we have to be there, then only that we can experience that. Otherwise here in this world, yes, there will be a mixture of happiness and distress. That's one way it is good, actually. Because if you go to the heavenly planets, always happy, you forget Krishna. But here you have some little bit of happiness. When you become elated, immediately jump one kick. Then oh, I'm still in the material world. It keeps us reminding also. It is keeping us reminding that we are still in the material world. We have to be careful in our activities. So this way, but the wise person, whatever comes, this is Vasudeva, is so calm, so equipoised. Even at the situation where he is hand over the child, and he knows very well the child is going to be killed, and then he is still handing over. No, he's not like a heartless person or a ruthless person. Sometimes people say, like, you have to fight with Kamsa and fix him. But Vasudev's main priority at the point in time is save Devaki. So that is why he made a vow. Yes, you please spare her. Whatever the child are born out of this thing, I will hand it over. So for truthfulness, this is all so many qualities of this devotee. This is like he said something. It's not like he said something means I will, some hook or crook, I will stick to that, actually. This is the position of a devotee. Where Srila Prabhupada continues in that same chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He says, O Dhananjaya, rid yourself of all fruitive activities by devotional service and surrender fully to that consciousness. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their work are misers. And then he continues to say, what is the yoga karmasu kausalam? A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad actions, even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, O Arjuna, which is the art of all work. That is what we are here. We are in the material world. We have to learn the art of doing work. Yoga karmasu kausalam. We have to do the work, but we should not get entangled. This is the trick, actually. You have to do the work. Now, you can't say that, oh, I will not do any work. There is one philosophy, they will say, oh, you do some, I will keep on sleeping only. I will not do work, I will not commit any sinful activities, then I will go back. No, it doesn't work like that. We are Atma, we are active, always active. We have to do activities. So, we have to learn the art of doing work so that we don't get entangled. This is the secret. In the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Yagyartat karmanon anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanat tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So it says very clearly, we have to do activity for the pleasure of Vishnu or pleasure of Lord Krishna. Yagyartat. For that purpose, if you do, then otherwise, lokoyam karma bandhana. If you do activity other than this pleasing Lord Vishnu, that will create karma bandhan. Then again you get into the pious, impious, papa, punya, that activities you. So that is why tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. So if you perform activities for the pleasure of Lord Krishna, pleasure of Lord Vishnu, then that activity will not create any bondage in this material world. So that is what all the great devotees are doing, all the Mahajans are doing that. They perform activities, but as a matter of duty. Like even Arjuna in the initial stages, he had a confusion. He didn't have a confusion, he was put into confusion so that Lord Krishna can speak this Bhagavad Gita. So it's not that poor Arjuna had a problem. Poor Arjuna didn't have any problem actually. We had a problem, so because of us, Krishna has to select Arjuna as a recipient and then put him into a kind of perplexity so that the message can be spoken. So this is, Prabhupada says here, the self-realized soul is never disturbed by so-called distress or happiness, and is especially true of an exalted devotee like Vasudeva, who showed this by his practical example. So this is another place I was just reading, like how the people are able to see the samatwa in the Bhagavad Gita. Again, Bhagavad Gita talks about that in the 5th chapter. This is like a vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane gavihastini suni saiva swapakecha pandita samadarshina. Samatva, Samadarshi, is all like something synonymous only. Because Samadarshi, the humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision, a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog and a dog-eater outcast. So this is not like the humble sage is not a blind person, like he's seeing everything is equal. No, by true knowledge, he understands Krishna as a Paramatma situated in the heart of a dog or a cat or an elephant or a Brahmana or a Chandala. So because he sees that, then he does not see any bodily differences. So these are all like examples of given, or how to achieve the samatva, that is also given. When it's like in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is giving a theory and then some practical, and how the great devotees have exhibited these qualities, how they have achieved perfection, that is also mentioned. So we can get a lot of inspiration from these great personalities like Dhruva Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. So these are all the examples for us to follow. These are all that is why Mahajana Yena Katassa Panta. If we take their line, if we take whatever the path chalked down by them, then if we do that, then success is guaranteed. Then there's no problem in our spiritual life. And Srila Prabhupada continues in that, again, this is another, today everything is samatwa only, because the subject matter is samatwa. So he said, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kanchati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. So this is thanks to Veda base. Otherwise, searching everywhere is going to be difficult. But since this samatwa topic came up, so I thought maybe we'll catch up some of where Lord Krishna saying this 18th chapter, he says, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. One who is thus transcendentally situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed towards every living entity. In that stage, he attains pure devotional service unto me. So this is what all our aim is. Our aim is to get pure devotional service. Anya abhirashita sunyam. So this is to get to that stage, we all have to go through this. Distress will come, difficulties will come, and some happiness will come. Sometimes somebody will praise you, somebody will criticize you. So still these things will be there. But if we can take that as okay, this is coming, okay, that is happiness is also coming, distress is also coming. We should be, if we can be equally disposed to that, then it is good for us actually. Otherwise, we may be unnecessarily getting elated or unnecessarily become morose. We don't have to do that. And this one sloka, I'll just conclude with that, where I was remembering this sloka where Brahma says how what is the characteristics of a devotee in the 10th canto, 14th chapter, sloka 8. Tathena gambam susumaikshamano bhunjana evatma kritam vipagam hridvak vapurbir vidatan namaste jiveta yo mukti patecha dayabak. My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim. So this is Prabhupada gives a wonderful purport. Srila Sridhara Swami explains in his commentary that just as a legitimate son has to simply remain alive to gain an inheritance from his father, one who simply remains alive in Krishna consciousness, following the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, automatically becomes eligible to receive the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, he will be promoted to the kingdom of God. So this is Srila Prabhupada explains, this is a mood of the devotee. When devotee is put into an awkward condition, devotee, normally general people, they think, oh, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, why are you putting me into this, so much of anxiety, so much of distress? But the devotee, he thinks, actually I have to suffer more. By your mercy, you have given me only a token reaction. Krishna has given only a token reaction so that Krishna just reminds you, oh, still we are in the material world, we have to be careful. So this is like, if a person takes, that's why in the sloka it says here, he is saying, patiently waiting, suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds, and offering your respectful obeisances with his heart, words and body, is surely eligible for liberation. That person will definitely get liberated. Why? Because he is taking, oh, this is also Krishna Prasad, Krishna mercy, Krishna's mercy. Even little bit of suffering Krishna has given, there is a reason for that. Why he has given some reason. So Vasudeva also understands. Actually, Vasudeva is very happy Krishna is going to appear. That is why he is not... He knows all these things. So that's why he is, one sense, he is truthful and he wants to do whatever he has promised to Kamsa. And the other time also he knows Krishna is going to soon appear here, and then that will be a cause of jubilation for everyone. So that is another reason. And Srila Prabhupada, I was reading here, very, very interesting point here, where Prabhupada says, the Lord therefore creates a particular situation to eradicate this remaining enjoying spirit. This unhappiness suffered by a sincere devotee is not technically a karmic reaction. So this is a very, this unhappiness, sometimes devotees go through some distress, so we also conclude immediately, oh, it's karma, that's why he is going through this suffering. It's very, very difficult to say that actually. That's why Prabhupada says here, the Lord therefore creates a particular situation to eradicate this remaining enjoying spirit. This unhappiness suffered by a sincere devotee is not technically a karmic reaction. It is rather the Lord's special mercy for inducing his devotee to completely let go of the material world and return home back to Godhead. So this is what the crux is. Like Lord will give some time. The Lord says that also. If I am very much pleased with you, I take away everything. Some people are worried also. Like when the Lord is, it's underlined, the Lord is very pleased. Not just pleased, very much pleased, then only he takes away. Not that Lord may be very pleased with us, but not very pleased actually. Because once he is very pleased, then it is described, he want to, you come back as quickly as possible. Sometimes that's why he takes away all your, in the case of Srila Prabhupada. No? The case of Srila Prabhupada, Lord wanted Prabhupada very much. That's why, just didn't cooperate, family didn't cooperate, business didn't cooperate, that was stolen, this was stolen, completely everything was stolen, but Prabhupada didn't lose any of his enthusiasm. This is what, so whatever happens, yes, this Krishna Kripa. So that way Prabhupada continued, and then Krishna started giving. That is also unlimited. When Krishna is taking unlimitedly, and then Krishna gives also unlimitedly, beyond his expectation, beyond his imagination. This is what Krishna. So we have to keep this in mind for in our own, this is my little realization. All the stalwarts are here. I'm just sharing my understanding. So this is very good. Like some difficulties will come. As long as we are in the, doesn't mean that I'm become a devotee, does not mean that distress will not come to me. Distress will come in different forms. But somehow or other, with the mercy of the Lord, mercy of Guru and Srila Prabhupada, then with the knowledge given by them, we should take this mystery also. Okay, Krishna is reminding me something. Krishna is teaching me something, so that how I can handle this situation. Because then if we can be successful, then if you are in a distress, you are successful. In happiness also equally is. That is also Krishna Kripa. If I achieve something, sometimes when we do something good, immediately we take the credit. And if we go something, that he screwed up, God screwed up. Sometimes the nature of material world is, when everything goes good, we take the credit. When something goes wrong, we blame others actually. But in devotional life, it's all the other way around actually. If everything goes good, then the Krishna Kripa. By Krishna Kripa, Krishna only, actually it is not only theory, it is practice also. Krishna only sends people. Not, do you think like we are attracted to this thing, that's why people are coming? No. Krishna sees your sincerity. Oh, you want to do something for me? Okay, I will provide you. Dadami buddhi yoham tam yena mam upaya. Krishna will provide. Krishna will provide the audience. Krishna will provide the resources. Whatever is needed, Krishna only provides actually. But what you can provide, you can have only desire actually. Yes, I want to do something for Krishna. Then Krishna appropriately he reciprocates with you. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajan. Krishna reciprocates, not equally. Bhagavad Gita time he was equally. Maybe now you take a little bit interest, Krishna jumps actually. Otherwise, like how our interest, at least my interest is very little, but Krishna's interest is so much. That's why things are moving actually. So this all the great qualities of Vaishnavas like Vasudeva and all the Mahajans. This gives us a hope actually. Yes, there is hope for us also. Not that we are, difficult situation, but there are so many great stalwarts have done this. So if we can just follow in their footsteps, then one day we may also achieve perfection. So this is encouragement. Like so many disturbances are there, discouragements are there, and the encouragement factor is this. This is a practical process, and we can try to apply that in our life. Then we will also become successful. Stop here. If there is any questions, comments, corrections also, please. Hare Krishna, ma. Want a microphone or something?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the nice class. Prabhu, you mentioned about happiness and distress and how the self-realized soul doesn't bother about it. And you also were talking about tolerance. So, Prabhu, my question is, when we think about not considering about happiness and distress, that sometimes brings like the Mayavadi kind of feeling inside us, the impersonous feeling that, we're not worrying about happiness and distress. And my second question is, how do we tolerate when we are misunderstood in something?
Yeah, see, happiness and distress, see, there is when we are talking material happiness, there is spiritually, because we are called Anandamaya Bhyasat. We are called Anandamaya Bhyasat. We are always pleasure seeking. But the problem is, we are seeking pleasure in the wrong place. That is why we get distress. That is our pretext. The whole pretext of our suffering is we are We are pleasure seeking. There is Krishna is pleasure seeking, and as a part and parcel of Krishna, we are also pleasure seeking. But the problem is we seek pleasure in a wrong place. That is where we get distress. So that's what Krishna is saying. This distress, as long as you are here, this will come and go, come and go. So it's not like we are not like your point is talking about Mayavad. Mayavadis have one statement, Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya. So for them, like Brahma is Satya, everything else Mithya. But as Vaishnavas, this is also material, also Krishna's energy, Krishna's property. So this is not Mithya, this is temporary. This is a temporary situation. This is what we have to understand. That is why in that sloka it says, Yehi samparsaja bhoga dukkha yena yevate adi antavanta kaunteya natheshu ramate buddha. Adi and anta. There is a happiness here. We are looking for nityananda. We are looking Nitya Ananda, always Ananda. But here we are getting only installment Ananda. Little bit Ananda, remaining time distress. Little bit Ananda, remaining time distress. This is our problem actually. So this distress and happiness, how to tolerate them? This is what like all the Vasudevis talk. See what kind of distress Vasudeva is having. What kind of distress Prahlad Maharaj was having. What kind of distress Parikshit Maharaj was having. So if you consider the distresses all the great personalities have gone through, what distress we have, we may not get one puri, we didn't get one puri, that big distress, very big offense committed at the lotus feet. we got one distress. Now our distress is like a chota mota. No? This is not a big distress. Maybe it is one sense of distress, but compared to all the great Gunti Maharani, this Draupadi, their distresses, our distress is nothing. Okay, we are like we are having a fun here actually. So we have to take it in that context. Yes, our distress is nothing. Actually. But again, not that we become completely indifferent to that. If somebody is creating some havoc for you, some misunderstanding or creating some hard time, so then there is a process, there is a way of escalating that. Like ideally you can tolerate that, but there is a limit of toleration also. So not that, okay, you put anything on your head, I will keep on putting, I will keep on dumping, and then we're not recommended. So you go through a cycle, like I just ask them, like some senior devotees, so please, this is what happening, what should I do? So there is always checks and balances are there, should be there. So that way we can go to the higher person, senior person, saying that this is what I'm going through this is what happening, how should I? So we can ask. So see, the one thing is here, Srila Prabhupada always encouraged asking questions. So normally in a spiritual circle, if you ask questions, you are considered like you're rude. In a spiritual circle, somebody saying something, you ask, question somebody, it's not considered very respectful. But here in Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada has introduced, you can ask questions, you can clarify. Yeah? This is even sometimes if somebody does something, and then that apparently is not in line with something, then you can also say, Prabhu, this is what we have studied, and this is what's happening, how do I understand this? Even Arjuna asked question to Krishna. When Krishna says, I spoke this knowledge to sun god Vivaswan, then immediately Arjuna said, no, we both are in the same age group, and how do I understand that you spoke this knowledge to sun god? So he also questioned. He didn't say that Krishna, you are bluffing. He didn't present it like that. He said, you are saying something, but how do I understand this? See, you can clarify that also. So as far as possible, if it is within your limits, you can tolerate. But if it's going beyond your this thing, end of the day, we have to remain Krishna conscious actually. Because otherwise, like all these things, and if we are all bogged down with only the distress only, then we can't. Well, that is why Krishna has given like all this little bit of happiness and some suffering, some happiness and suffering, so that we can gradually elevate ourselves. So that way we can handle that also. Okay. Is that okay? Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Please give. You can give Radhe. Oh, okay.
Thanks for the sweet and
Hare Krishna.
knowledgeable class, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada's mercy only.
Prabhuji,
I'm reading only. I have not said anything. I'm reading Prabhupada's purport and sloka only.
Thank you. That's your humble nature, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, samatwam, you mentioned, what I understood is this internal characteristics of a jiva, as because we are the part and parcel of Krishna, and Supreme has it, so we are everybody samatwam in one sense because we all have that feature. So can it be like devotees can be externally it seems like he's distressed or happy, but internally he can be a samatwam, like he equipoised?
Yeah, internally, that otherwise why Vasudeva will go and hand over the child, handing over the child, somebody to be, he has to kill the child. It's not a very pleasurable situation actually. It's a very painful situation. But end of the day, he knows the hands of Krishna, the will of Krishna. Krishna will protect. Rakshisyati iti viswasam. So this is a person, he understands that Krishna will protect me. So then whatever happens, so then he doesn't have to worry about anything actually. Abhaya, he becomes abhaya. Because even though I may give the child, but then the what happens to the child, then the child is going to be killed. But it's interesting actually. The child did kill at the first place. And then again Narada Muni has to come. Narada Muni has to induce Kamsa. Hey Kamsa, this is all, there is a trick here. You have to be very careful. Anybody can be Vishnu there. So then it's like so then that means, do you think Narada Muni is very cruel? Like, at least Kamsa spared, and Narada Muni came and reminded him, no, you don't live like that, you kill also. So this is like Acharyas, like in the future slokas is coming. So this is like to enhance Krishna's pastimes, all these different Krishna, Narada Muni is coming there to, so that this is like enhance Krishna's appearance. So it's like so that Krishna can appear. So when all the adharmas are happening, Krishna's appearance becomes very immediate. So that is the reason. So it's not that, yes, these qualities are there. That's why I said these qualities are in Krishna. We also, as a part and parcel of Krishna, we also inherit some qualities in a very minute degree. We are not absolutely samatwa. Sometimes somebody is very favorable, he is my friend. Oh, he is not giving, oh, he is my enemy. Like that, we are in that. But slowly and steadily, if you follow the process, where is the enmity and this thing? Yeah. See, because he has forgotten Krishna, that is why he is behaving like that. So that devotee's situation is, he tries to give Krishna to them also. So then he becomes friend also. There was a nice pastime where this one sadhu was taking some water. So one scorpion went into this water. And then he wanted to save the scorpion. He took this scorpion out in the hand and then want to take it out, and the scorpion bites actually. And then again put it. Again, this whole story happens like this. So that another person, watching person is saying, the scorpion is keep on biting, and then you are again and again trying to help the scorpion. So then the sadhu said, the nature of scorpion is to bite. The nature of sadhu is to save. Even though the scorpion is not able to give up his characteristic, why should I give up my characteristics? So that's why, even though this is what the devotee is trying to help, and then sometimes devotee is blamed. Hey, you are doing that, brainwashing, that washing, dishwashing, all this, so many things they say. But at the end of the day, it is for you only. What is the devotee going to gain actually? Washing your brain, what is he going to get? Is he going to get your credit card or debit card, your money or something? Nothing. For pleasing Krishna, one more soul rescued into the service of Radha Vallabha. So that is the only motive. Otherwise, devotee does not have any motive. Should not have any motive other than pleasing Krishna. So that way, if you think about that, then that way the samatwam can, slowly we can feel the samatwam in our conditioned state also. Slowly we can walk through that. And then if somebody criticizes, okay, then take if there is some good constructive one, take it. Okay, that person is criticizing me, good, I can correct myself. Like that, if we can take, then no problem. But if somebody is keep on, then leave it to Krishna. Krishna, you handle that. Then Srila Prabhupada, that Bombay, we all read the Bombay pastime, that person gave so much hard time that Srila Prabhupada had to say that Krishna has to look after. So then Krishna looked after also. Krishna will not leave pure desire, he will not fulfill pure devotee's desires. But then after that, still Prabhupada looked after the family. So these are all like very transcendental things where devotees' interaction is, samatvam is also there, and sometimes we have to distinguish all. As Krishna distinguishes, paritranaya sadhuna, vinasaya dushkritam. Why Krishna should not, I look after everyone? No, there is a duskruti and there is sukruti. So sukruti has to be given something, and duskruti has to be given in a particular way of treatment. So like that. Is that clear?
Yeah, that's
or you have any
No, it's pretty.
points? Yeah.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Grantharaj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Free.